So today we are going to study coordination. Coordination followed by its features and then principles, then types of coordination, and at last we will study the case study related to the coordination. So coordination, it is the energy that connects all the other functions of management. It is common strand that runs through all actions such as production, purchase, finance, and sales to assure the perpetuity in the functions of the establishment. Means coordination should be there among all the departments so as to accomplish the organizational objectives. Now, first we'll come to the features of coordination. The first feature is integration of efforts. Now, we can say that coordination of an organization, it refers to the process of harmonizing the activities, right? The activities and the efforts among different parts of the organization to achieve the common goals. So, the first feature is integration effort, which means that coordination, it involves the integrating activities across the departments or the teams, right? It makes sure that individual tasks and the efforts are aligned with the overall objectives of the organization. Integrated efforts, they will prevent the duplication of work and will also help in the optimum utilization of the resources. Now the second feature is harmony and utility, which means that coordination helps to create harmony and unity among all the team members in a way that it promotes a sense of shared purpose and even the collective responsibilities towards achieving the organizational goals. So when activities are coordinated, everyone's work towards the same direction, and which will enhance the teamwork as well as the collaboration in the organization. Now the third feature is optimum utilization of resources, which means that effective coordination, it ensures that optimum utilization of resources is there, which includes the human, the financial, as well as the technological resources, right? So by aligning the activities and by eliminating the reluctancies that might occur in the organization, organizations can minimize the waste and can also maximize the efficiency in their resource allocation. Now the fourth feature is achievement of common goals, which means that the primary purpose of coordination, is to facilitate the achievement of common goals, which means that it helps to ensure that all the efforts will contribute towards the fulfilling the organizational objectives. Now coordination will help in focusing the energies and the resources on priority tasks, as well as which will lead to the overall success of the organization. Now, the next feature is flexibility and adaptability. So, coordination allows the organizations to be very flexible and adaptive to the changes in the external as well as the internal environment, which means that it enables the quick adjustment in the strategies, in the processes, and even in the resource allocation as per the evolving circumstances, right? So, flexibility ensures that organizations can respond effectively to the challenges as well as the opportunities in the organization. So the next feature is effective communication. So communication is a cornerstone of coordination, which means that it involves sharing information, even instructions, and also the feedback among the team members and also among the different departments of the organization. Effective communication ensures that everyone means everyone in the organization is informed about the goals, about the task, and the progress of the organization, which will help to foster the transparency as well as clarity in the organization. Now, the next feature is conflict resolution, which means that coordination includes the mechanism for resolving the conflicts and for disagreements that may arise among the team members or the departments of the organization. We can say that by addressing the conflicts promptly and constructively, coordination will help us to maintain harmony as well as it will help to prevent the disruption to the productivity and the teamwork. Now, the next feature is promotion of team spirit, which means that coordination promotes a sense of team spirit, or we can say a mutual support among the employees. It encourages the collaboration, it encourages cooperation as well as the mutual respect among the different individuals who are working towards the common objectives of the organization. team spirit, it will enhance the morale, the motivation, and the job satisfaction within the organization, means among the members of the organization. Now, the next feature is continuous monitoring and feedback, which means that organizations they practice coordination continuously so as to monitor the progress and the performance towards the uh, already laid down goals. Now, regular feedback loops provide insight into the achievements amongst the challenges and the areas for improvement. Monitoring and feedback, it enables the organizations to make informed decisions and the adjustment to optimize the outcomes. Now the last feature is adherence to the organizational policies. Okay, so coordination ensures that activities and the decisions are aligned with the organizational policies, with its procedures as well as the values. It will help to promote the consistency and the adherence to standards across all the levels in the organization. So we can say that by following these established guidelines, coordination will maintain a stability and it will help to promote the ethical conduct in the organization. Now we can say that the features of coordination in organizing, it highlights its role in integrating efforts, putting harmony or optimizing the resources and to resolve the conflicts. Means by adhering to these features, organizations can enhance the efficiency, they can enhance the productivity as well as the overall performance towards the organizational objectives. Now, the next topic is principles of coordination in organizing. So, coordination in an organization, it will refer to the harmonious integration of activities and the efforts among different parts of the organization to achieve the organizational goals, right? So, which will cover different principles, right? So, the first principle is clarity of goals and objectives. Now, we can say that the organizations must have clear and well defined goals so that everyone can understand those goals and can work towards the attainment of those goals. So these goals, they will help to provide a common purpose and direction for all the departments and individuals within the organization. When goals are clear, it becomes easier to align the activities towards achieving them. Now, the next principle is open communication, which means that effective communication is crucial for coordination. It involves sharing of information, ideas, and even the feedback among all the levels of the organization. We can say that open communication, it ensures that everyone is informed about the changes, about the progresses, and even about the challenges, which will allow the timely adjustment and also prevent the misunderstandings that might occur among the employees in the organization. Third principle is role clarification, which means that each member of the organization should have a clear understanding of their roles and responsibilities. Means role should be defined in terms of the task, in terms of the authority, as well as the accountabilities. And because we can say that when roles are clear, individuals know what is expected out of them and they know how their contribution will lead to a larger picture or will lead towards the attainment of the organizational goals. So the fourth principle is integration of efforts. Coordination requires integration efforts across different departments or the functions, right? So this involves aligning the processes or the workflows and resources to work together towards the common objectives. We can say that integration ensures that activities are complementary rather than the conflicting. We can say that maximizing the efficiency and minimizing the duplication of efforts. Now, the next principle is flexibility and adaptability, which means that organizations must be adaptable to the changing circumstances and the environment of the organization. Means flexibility will allow for the adjustment in their strategies or the processes and for also for the resource allocation as and when it is needed. It will enable the organizations to respond quickly for the new opportunities and also the challenges that might occur in the operations of the business. Now the sixth principle is conflict resolution, which means that conflicts can arise when there are differing perspectives or even the priorities within the organization. Effective coordination, it includes the mechanism for resolving the conflicts constructively, right? So this may involve even medication, even the negotiations, and also the compromises to find the solutions that will help to satisfy all the parties involved. Now, the next principle is mutual trust and respect, which means that trust and respect among different team members or between the departments is very essential for the coordination. Because when trust is built, when mutual trust is there, individuals will be more willing to to collaborate, to share their informations, and even they will support each other's efforts, right? So respectful communication, and we can say consideration of diverse viewpoints will always help towards a positive work environment, which will lead to the better coordination, and hence which will lead to the better productivity of the organization. So the next principle is continuous monitoring and feedback. Okay. Coordination requires ongoing monitoring of the progress, because towards the goals and the performance outcomes. Regular feedback loops will allow for evaluation of achievements. It will identify the gaps or the inefficiencies on, and even the adjustment to strategies or the plans. Means monitoring and feedback will ensure that the organization stays on track and makes the informed decisions. So the next principle is shared resources and information. Means coordination involves sharing resources such as financial, human, as well as the technological resources, right? So across the complete organization, across the entire organization, it also includes sharing the information and knowledge to facilitate the information decision making and even the innovation. We can say that shared resources and information, it always enables the efficient use of assets, and even it supports the collaborative efforts of the members in the organization. Now the last principle is commitment to continuous improvement, which means that organizations committed to coordinations are dedicated towards the continuous improvement, which means that they strive to enhance the process, they work for the streamlined workflows or even the optimum utilization over time, right? So continuous improvements, they foster a culture of innovation and even the excellence, which ensures that the organization remains competitive and is also adaptive in a dynamic environment. So, by adhering to all these principles, organizations can enhance their collaboration, they can maximize their efficiency, and they can also achieve their strategies and objectives efficiently and effectively, that too on time. So, the next topic is types of coordination. So, the first type is internal coordination, which means that under internal coordination, the focus is to ensure that different parts within the organization, they work together, that too smoothly. Means think of a company as a large team, where each department like marketing, be it production or sales, they have a specific role to play, right? So for the team to win, everyone needs to cooperate and even to communicate well with each other. For instance, if say if the marketing team plans a big campaign to promote a new product, right? So they will need to check with the production team also, to they will also make sure that the products are ready. So one department will obviously need the help of the other department, so they will always be coordinating with each other, right? So they will also need to work with the sales team, so they know how to promote its customers also, right? So the internal teamwork, we would say, it will help the company to run efficiently and to achieve its goal on time. Now the next type is external coordination. Now under the external coordination, it is about it is about managing the relationships and even the activities with entities outside the organization. For example, suppliers, customers, or even the regulatory bodies. Means imagine a company making toys, right? So they will need material like plastic, they will need paint for from their suppliers, right? So if the suppliers, they deliver the resources on time, the company can always produce the toys without any delay in its production or without any delay in its manufacturing. Similarly, the company will need to understand the customer preferences also to create a toys they sell well, right? Which the customers are demanding. Additionally, they must also follow the regulations to ensure that the toys are safe. They may not harm the kids. So by coordinating well with these external parties, the company will ensure the smooth operations, as well as that the needs of the customers are met and they comply with the laws whatever are established by the government. So the next type is vertical coordination. Vertical coordination, it involves the alignment and the integration of activities and communication between different levels of the organization. Means from top management to frontline employees, right? So think of it as a chain of command where instructions and feedbacks flow from up to down in the hierarchy. Means, for example, the company's leadership sets the overall strategy and goals. Means the middle managers, they can then break those down into the specific tasks for their teams, right? So because frontline employees, they will always execute the task, and they will always provide the feedback on what works and what does not work, right? So the vertical flow will ensure that everyone is aligned with the company's vision, and they can adjust based on what is being happening on the ground, and they can adjust themselves as per the changing environment also. Now the next type is horizontal coordination. Under horizontal coordination, they focus on collaborations across the departments or the teams at the same organizational level. Now let us understand this like picture a company where different departments like finance, operations, or even marketing, they are the like spokes of a wheel, right? So for the wheels to run smoothly, all spokes will need to be in a synchronization. They all will need to be in a sync. For instance, if the operations department, they plan to launch a new project, or even they will need to coordinate with the finance department so as to ensure that there's a budget with them, and they will also be coordinating with the marketing department to even promote it, right? So the horizontal collaboration, it helps to prevent the any challenge or where departments work in isolation, but they will ensure that the company moves forward in a common direction, right? So the next type is diagonal coordination. Diagonal coordination involves the interaction across different levels and even the department. And this type of coordination, it often brings together people who does not usually work, who work differently with each other, but they need to collaborate for a specific project. For example, if an IT specialist is there, he might work with a marketing manager to develop a new online sales platform, right? So the IT specialist here, he will provide the technical know-how, while the marketing manager will understand the customer needs and the market trends, whatever are going in the market. Now this cross-functional collaboration, it will bring the diverse expertise together. It will lead to the innovative solutions, and also it will comprehensively bring the best solutions of the problem in the organization. Now, the last type of coordination is procedural coordination. Procedural coordination, it always ensures that everyone in the organization follows the same process or the same procedures and even the standards, whatever are laid down by the organization. Think of it as a playbook that everyone follows to ensure the consistency and the quality. For instance, for if a company might have standard processes for handling the customer complaints, right? So this will include specific steps that all customer service representatives should follow, from acknowledging the complaint to resolving the complaint. Means by having clear procedures, the company will ensure that the customer receives the consistent service, or we can say they receive the best service. So employees will exactly know what to do, and they can run the operations smoothly. This consistency is very crucial for maintaining the quality as well as the efficiency in the organization. So, by understanding all these types of coordination, we can say that these all will lead to the better performance, and they will also help the organization to achieve the organizational goals on time. Now, the last topic is case study on coordination. Okay. So, what does the case study says? It is about coordination at Tech Gear Electronics. What does the case study says? It is Tech Gear Electronics is a company that manufactures and sells the electronic gadgets. Okay, including the smartphones, tablets, and even the smartwatches. Okay, the company prides itself on innovation and high quality products. Recently, they have decided to launch a new smartwatch with advanced health tracking features. So, this case study examines how different type of coordinations were necessary for a successful product launch. So, now the question that arises is, how did internal coordination help Tech Gear to prepare for the smartwatch launch? Okay, we would say that the internal coordination will ensure that the marketing, the production, and even the sales team work together. They work in a synchronization. The marketing team can create the excitement about the products in the market. The production team can manufacture the smartwatch on time, and the sales team, it will prepare to handle the customer inquiries and orders that might occur, which will ensure a smooth and a successful launch of the smartwatch. Now, the next question is, why was external coordination important for Tech Gear? Okay, so external coordination was important because the Tech Gear needed to get components from the suppliers and to ensure that they were delivered on time, right? So they also needed the components to for their factories, uh, to work with the logistic companies to transport these components to their factories and to deliver the finished product to the retailers, to ensure the launch stayed on this schedule, and it does not go any postponement, right? So the third question is, what role did vertical coordination play in the product launch? Vertical coordination help the towards the alignment of the company's strategic goals with the actions of the employees. Now we can say the top management, they will set the launch goal. The middle managers will create a detailed plan and the timelines, and the front line employees, they will work to meet the deadlines, providing the feedbacks or any issues that might occur in the process. Now every like this, the everyone will be will be working towards the same objective. Now, the next question is, how did horizontal coordination facilitate the product launch at Tech Gear? Okay, so horizontal coordination facilitated the product launch by ensuring the collaborations between departments at the same level. Means the finance department will allocate the necessary budget, the operation department will manage the production schedule, and the marketing department here will prepare the promotional materials. Mean all of them will ensure all the aspects of the launch are covered and the product is launched on time. Next question is, explain the significance of diagonal coordination in Tech Gear's product development. Okay, now we can say that diagonal coordination is significant because it helped to brought together the product development team and the IT department, right? Because the IT specialist here, they will provide the expertise whenever it is needed for the advanced health tracking software, right? While the product development team, it will focus on integrating the software into the smartwatch hardware, right? So which will lead to a more innovative product in the market. The last question is, how did procedural coordination ensure consistency and quality during the product launch? Okay, we can say that the product coordination, it ensured that the consistency and the quality is met by implementing the standards of the operating procedures, which will lead towards the attainment of the organizational objective, which will lead towards the attainment of or towards the launch of the new smartwatch. Now, these guidelines, these will cover the quality control check, it will cover customer service protocol, and also the marketing steps. Following these procedures, it will meant that every part of the launch is successful and consistently it meets the high standards of the organization.